right, it is time for our weekly meetup with someone from But Why Tho, and today that is Collier Jennings joining us on the show. Good morning to you, CJ. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, guys. Had just woke up and yeah, glad to be back on again.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had you on, as you mentioned, a writer for But Why Tho, host of Into The SpiderCast, and I mean, listen, I can't do this to Mike. Like, I could ask you the Spider-Man question, but if I do that, there might be tears shed and such. So I'm just going to kind of yield the floor and let Mike ask you the Spider-Man
I'd
question.
probably leave.
That's probably true.
Yeah, I'm like, I quit. Ryan doesn't even know who Spider-Man is. So I don't know if you knew this lately, CJ. This might be breaking news to you. I don't know. Apparently, they've released some sort of trailer for a new character in the Marvel Universe called Spider-Man: Far From Home. I know that you saw it. I know that you've commented a little bit on in your Twitter feed. What do you think? What did you notice about it? What are you most looking forward to?
Well, I noticed that the collection of villains more than indicates that we're going to see the Sinister Six, who in comics have dedicated their lives to killing Spider-Man. So that is really fun because the Six have always been something I've wanted to see. Spidey handling one villain is one thing, but six of them and from different universes, no less, is pretty fun. Also, Spidey and Doctor Strange teaming up is always fun in the comics, and it's going to be fun to see here. So yeah, that's definitely going to be amazing, and yeah, it looks great, and I'm pretty sure there's more. But I hope that if we do get another trailer, I don't know when that may be, that they keep some of those surprises close to the chest, because yeah. But yeah, I am really excited to see it.
The trailer was nuts. It really was. I think personally, I don't want them to release any more trailers because I think
I'm with you in that same boat. I'm with you in that
was
boat.
just enough to make me. I think I watched it 6 times consecutively, looking for all the little Easter eggs and spoilers. And I've been saying, like, people, please get vaccinated. Please wear your masks. If I can't see this movie in a theater, I am going to go insane. Like that's
because people forget Sony is the one studio out there that doesn't have a streaming service, so that's why they've been releasing all their stuff. But to your point, yes, please get vaccinated and safe so that we can get over this big pandemic-shaped hump and be around more people again.
I want to see
because I miss cons. I like going to movie theaters. And that happens if you get jabbed. So get jabbed. It's quick. It's painless. It's free. No money involved.
In the movie.
Speaking of Marvel, perfect segue. You recently reviewed Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Share some of your thoughts about that.
Well, this is actually one of the, because Shang-Chi is one of the Marvel characters that I think has a lot of potential, both in terms of his origin and in fact that's just really cool. It's a guy whose superpower is that he's really good at martial arts. And watching it, I was surprised at how this felt a little less like a superhero film and more like a wuxia-esque film. I mean, I don't want to spoil like the final battle because it gets nuts, but there is a lot of nods and elements from Chinese mythology. And also, it is a really great story between father and son, especially from Simu Liu, who is a really great Shang-Chi, and Tony Leung as his father, Wenwu, who most of you know is the Mandarin and has the titular 10 rings. So yes, if you are a fan of dysfunctional father-son relationships, or you like kung fu movies, this is a really good film for you. So yes,
I'm so
definitely recommend it. And if you can go to a theater safely and see it, I recommend it.
This is kind of not related, unlike Sean. Maybe it's related because I don't know anything about anything. We haven't had someone here since FANTASIA Fest, which was a bit ago. What came out of that we should know about? Like, tell us a little bit about like everything that was going on.
Okay, FANTASIA Fest is a genre festival that shows a different variety of genre films, and I saw a interesting collection of films. One was one of the opening films was Brain Freeze, which kind of puts a neat twist on the zombie thing. There's this secluded island in Canada, and the residents there want to play golf all year long because they're rich. So they get this really super shady pharmaceutical company to seed a new fertilizer. So fertilizer gets in the water, turns people into rotting plant zombies. Soylent Green literally is people in that case. I also watched a Russian horror film called Blue Whale. It's apparently this online challenge that people are taking where you do a series of rapidly escalating tasks that leads to death. And it's interesting because I don't know how many of you guys have seen this movie Searching with John Cho, but that uses the same technology, and it's entirely filmed from like phone screens and computer screens and Facebook messages and live streams. So I kind of am iffy on that, but it was actually really good. And I also watched Fantasia's annual Circo Animata, which is a collection of animated shorts. And I'm a huge animation fan, so it was fun to see all these different animators and different subjects, especially since most of these were dialogue-less. And my favorite short in there had to be Way Back, which is directed and written by Carlos Salgado and focuses on a space traveler. Because I like big, high-concept sci-fi and mixing with animation, perfect. So a lot of collection of really interesting films, and yeah, my first time covering, so it was fun.
Yeah, we'll have more folks from But Why Tho podcast join us about Fantasia Fest, but we hadn't had someone on, so we appreciate you giving us insight. Today is Dog Day. In some way, this got into Toilet Paper Day, so like I don't necessarily want to like start asking you about your favorite dog breed or your favorite brand of toilet paper, but this is kind of like the way the show has gone so far today, and it's a little concerning, CJ. Well, we appreciate you joining us. You can find CJ writing more on Twitter at CJ Writes Things, and of course, we will share links to the latest writings from Collier on butwhythopodcast.com. Thank you for taking the time to join us, and hope that you have the best Thursday you can.
Thanks for having me on.
CJ.
Thank you, CJ.
problem.
On Gaming Morning Show. Thanks so much for joining us. It is now the time is 7:35, so it's always fun to hear about Spider-Man, and I hope that for the sake of our good friend Mike O, that went as well as it possibly could, because Spider-Man's important to you, and I would hate if I didn't give you the best chance to ask that question. Are you satisfied with that performance, Mike?
No, because I could easily spend the next hour and a half talking to CJ just about the trailer. So, but no, it was good. I'm very excited for the movie and everything else, and it's always fun talking to someone like CJ, who also is a big Marvel stan and nerd.